A quick look at today's news headlines. 1. Global medical body backs Taiwan. The World Medical Association, WMA, has called on WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus to facilitate the meaningful participation of Taiwan at the World Health Assembly, WHA. 2. Cabinet approves phased carbon pricing scheme. The Executive Yuan yesterday approved a carbon pricing scheme to be imposed in phases starting with large emitters, with preferential rates granted to enterprises working to reduce their carbon output. 3. Government considering testing over home isolation. The government is mulling using COVID-19 tests instead of home isolation for people exposed to the virus in a bid to limit the disease's social impact, Minister of Health and Welfare Chen Shih-chung said yesterday. 4. Putin calls victory in Mariupol, holds off on Azovstal. Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday declared that Moscow had seized Ukraine's Mariupol even as his defense minister said more than 2,000 opposing troops remain holed up in an industrial complex in the strategic southern port city. 5. Johnson in India for hard sell on anti-Russia action. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson yesterday arrived in India touting job-creating investment, but facing long odds to get his reluctant counterpart, Narendra Modi, to back Western action against Russia. 6. ACIP sets vaccine dose for kids, elderly. With local COVID-19 cases surging to 2,386 yesterday, the Ministry of Health and Welfare announced that Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is recommending 2 doses of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 6 to 11, and a 4th dose for high-risk groups. 7. CECC updates rules for COVID-19 hospitalization. The Central Epidemic Command Center, CECC, yesterday adjusted its hospital admission criteria for people with COVID-19 who have mild or no symptoms, while reporting 3,058 new COVID-19 cases. 8. Smoker rights groups rally against vaping ban. Smoker rights groups yesterday protested outside the legislature in Taipei against a proposal to ban e-cigarettes. 9. High Court cuts RCA workers' compensation. The High Court yesterday reduced by $663 million, $22.7 million the compensation to former Radio Corporation of America, RCA, employees who had sued the company over illnesses they say they developed due to exposure to toxic chemicals. 10. 9 indicted over abuse of migrant fishers. 9 Taiwanese have been indicted on charges related to the forced labor and abuse of migrant workers on a distant water fishing vessel, the Kaohsiung District Prosecutor's Office said on Wednesday. Today's news glossary. Abuse. Action. Adjust. Admission. Advisory. Affairs. Against. Ally. Allow. Announce. Annual. Anti-Russia. Approved. Approve. Arrive. Assembly. Association. Backed. Ban. Behalf. Cabinet. Carbon. Charge. Chemicals. Committee. Company. Compensation. Complex. Considering. Contribution. Cooperation. Corporation. Counterpart. Court. Criteria. Critical. Crucial. Cuts. Danish. Decision. Declared. Defense. Democratic. Deputy. Details. Develop. Diplomacy. Disease. Distant water. District. Dose. Do. E-cigarette. Elderly. Emitters. Employee. ensure, enterprise, epidemic, executive, exposed, exposure, facilitate, facing, favor, formulate, fourth, friendly, fully, gathering, general, global, government, grant, groups, hospitalization, hostility, however, illness, immunization, impact, importance, impose, included, inclusion, increasing, indict, industrial, initiative, insist, inspiring, instead, international, investment, isolation, job creating, legislator, legislature, like-minded, limit, local, management, meaningful, medical, meeting, migrant, million, minister, mole, network, observer, odds, oppose, organization, output, outside, pandemic, parliament, participate, participation, peaceful, phase, practice, preferential, price, prime, professional, programs, progressive, proposal, prosecutors, protect, protection, protest, rate, recommend, requue, regulation, reiterate, related, reluctant, remain, report, representative, resolution, resource, scheme, secretary, seize, sending, signal, social, starting, statement, status, strategic, strive, substantive, sue, support, surge, symptoms, thus, timely, tout, toxic, troops, underline, urgency, vaccine, vessel,